What did the mic do to you?
It looked at me.
Dude, stop abusing. This is microphone abuse.
Were you about to say assault? I'm going to pepper it. I can't breathe.
I don't know what that was. Certainly wasn't English. That much I know for sure. You said I was sitting. Like, what? Dude.
I said, were you about to say I assault it? Well, I pepper it.
Okay. That's pretty funny. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the We Don't Know What the Hell We're Doing podcast.
What were we saying again?
The What Were We Saying Again podcast. Well, let's get the earring check.
We got some fresh lobster today on the menu.
Some lobster.
Seared and buttered with garlic.
Damn, I don't even eat seafood, and that sounds good. That looks painful, though. No?
Can we get the close-up?
Close up earring shot. Yep.
Oh.
Nice. Yep. Spectacular grade A.
Spectacular grade A.
That's for sure a Shein top shelf.
I gotta make sure my hair is okay because the one episode we did, my hair was all like, and nobody told me.
Bro, if you're asking, let's put it this way. If you're looking for fashion or beauty advice and you ask me a question, whatever I think the answer is, you should always go with the opposite. If you're like, does my hair look good? I'm like, yeah, I think it looks fine. Then it probably looks like shit.
I didn't ask because I didn't know my hair was all fucked up. That's the thing.
Same. I don't know any better. So I'm usually just like, yeah, sure, it looks good to me. For all I know.
Anyway.
So I guess we could start with what's got you pissed off this week, because we all know there's usually something that's got you pretty pissed off. Anything at work?
Not really.
Not pissed off this week.
My boyfriend took my water bottle this morning, so that kind of got me enraged. But besides that,
kind of got you enraged. How are you kind of enraged? Enraged is like a higher tier of just being mad.
Because I was like, I wanted my fucking crisp water in the morning. But then I was like, you know what?
Are you just like have a sentimental attachment to the bottle? Is that what it is?
No.
So then how is the water inside of that bottle any different than the water?
Because there was no other water in the fridge.
That explains it.
Exactly.
That's pretty upsetting.
And I just put it in there last night for that reason.
So it's not that he took your water bottle. He took the water
only
bottle.
Water bottle that was in
What kind of water was it? This brand?
Yeah.
Nice. Nature's Promise?
Hannah afford because I'm broke as shite.
Yeah, I got 3 tiers of water. I got Sam's Club water just because I'm broke and it's $4 for a 40-pack. And then I got
forgot about Sam's Club. Holy shit.
Bro, get a membership immediately.
No. I have a membership. I just forgot about water.
In this particular, yeah. Yeah, they got a 40-pack for
I spent more at fucking Sam's Club than I did at grocery shopping.
But it lasts you longer.
Fair.
It's wholesale. You're supposed to buy it to last longer. Anyway.
Yeah.
The poor, basic, everyday shit that I usually drink, like Sam's Club water. Then, if I'm feeling a little bougie, I got a little extra money on me, Poland Spring. If I'm feeling real... Yeah, you didn't know that?
I did now.
It's the ghost of the 40,000 audience members that have all died.
Oh my God, I forgot about
That's why we weren't, listen, I wasn't going to talk about it because it was a mass casualty.
I was kind of ignoring them.
But look, here we are, so...
Wait, did you just say that they died?
Listen, I'll explain, okay? Shortly after you departed from our last episode, there was...
Shortly after I departed, you mean you departed?
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, if you guys haven't watched the last one, go look at that. But shortly after you left the building, I returned, and there was an electrical shortage, and there was some wiring mishaps, which led to... massive execution of 40,000 innocent. God, sorry, it's kind of hard to talk about.
It's innocent.
On a happier note.
Anywho,
I'm glad to see. Well, first of all, I'm glad to see you guys survived last week,
bro.
Yeah.
Nope.
On a great fucking note, I got my taste and smell back, so.
I'm not even joking. That was hell. That was actually hell on earth. People are like, oh, there's this idea of hell on earth. That was it. I think that was it. Yeah, and then you bring in this bullshit.
It's quite fucking delicious.
Really?
I've had these for a while before the bomb.
Do you know what that tasted like to me? That tasted like someone put lava on a fucking 2x4.
This or the other thing?
Both.
Lava
Honestly.
on a 2x4. I just understood that because they are stale.
Yeah, the only way I can describe last week is like licking a stove burner. It's just
It was brutal, dude. It felt like someone was branding the inside of my mouth all night long. Like, just took a hot fucking iron. It was like,
all night.
all night.
All night long.
All night. All night.
These are so fucking stale.
They really are. Why'd you bring them here?
Rub it in your face. I don't know. I'm a bitch.
You're horrible.
I know.
You fucking... All right, let's just see what you've done to me in the last 7 calendar days. Put me through hell. Put me in a bad position. Set me up. Then you didn't even fully commit the way that I did, right? So you're like, you come up with this bad idea, this dangerous fucking idea, right? And then you're like, oh, I'm not even going to fully commit, right? Then,
I did.
No, you didn't. You wiped most of your hot sauce. Then there's money on the line, and you're like, oh, now all of a sudden I can I'm a fire breather because I can just eat fire now. And then you hustle me out of money. And now you're just... I'm upset. I'm upset.
Do you want me to bring it back?
It doesn't
and
matter.
me to bring some more?
What, more hot sauce?
Yeah, do you want me to eat some more on camera or something to make you fucking feel better?
No, because it's a lose-lose because it's like one of two things happens. Either you eat it and then it makes you feel like shit and then I'm just like, I feel bad.
It doesn't make me feel like shit though.
But that's
it
worse.
Would have.
It's worse if you just keep eating it with no problem because that's just all you're doing is throwing it in my face that you can handle it and I can't.
A bitch. But it's okay.
Coming from the person who were painting with your chicken wing. You weren't eating any of the sauce. You were painting on the fucking plate.
It was a fucking Picasso.
It was. I like it, Picasso. You know that TikTok?
I like it, Picasso. Yes, I love that TikTok.
But anyway, so yeah, you hustle bamboozle.
Small side story. When I lived in New Mexico, my friend Bree, she made some pozole, I believe. And I started eating it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's like really hot." This was before I started eating like hot stuff. I was like, "Oh my god, it's like really hot. What did you put in it?" And she was like, "Pepper." I was like, "Oh!" Everybody started laughing because I thought ground pepper was hot and spicy. Yeah, it was so bad.
Do you think the wind is spicy too?
No, not more. Obviously, I don't really think that many things are too spicy.
White people go outside and it's a little windy and they're like, ooh, the wind is spicy.
Speaking of spicy, I wish I had my Dorito, dynamite, whatever. Didn't meet those.
You've been coming in with a lot of objects lately. I can appreciate that.
You mean snacks?
Yeah, mostly snacks. But also like
I
earrings.
can bring in like true, fair.
And like items and vapes.
Like I said, I want to get a little small whiteboard or something. I might get that next.
If you were a real one, you would just tattoo whatever it is that you were going to say.
Your guitar? Just kidding. I don't know how to play guitar. Wait, what? Tattoo what?
Anyway, well, actually, so you know what? Since we're on the topic of spicy things, we can do that as the first slaps or sucks for this week.
Slaps or sucks. I also thought that was the soundbite at first. That's why I was like,
slaps or sucks.
Slaps or sucks. Everybody wants slaps or sucks.
That's so funny because what is that? Spider-Man. That's the cadence I was using. I was trying to figure out what the fuck I was imitating. Spider-Man goes wherever a spider can. There's definitely more to that, but I don't know anything beyond that. What's that?
I don't know.
You don't know what that is?
No.
Blue's Clues.
Oh.
Blue and magenta.
Oh. I haven't watched Blue's Clues since I was like 4, bro.
Well, same, but you don't just get that out of you don't get Blue and Steve out of your head. That don't happen.
I did watch Blue's Clues, but I watched more of like Dora and stuff.
The guy who made all the music for Blue's Clues and a couple other shows is my neighbor. He lives right down the road.
I thought you were gonna say something like he died.
Fuck out of here.
Like, who didn't at this point? That's cool.
Dude, what?
That's really fucking cool. There's
it's
a lot
the mail.
of you don't realize how many famous people.
Yeah, he was that voice as well.
No, he did the mail.
It's the mail.
Dude, okay. Anyway, back on track. First thing, slaps or sucks. Spicy food. You don't get to go first. JP does.
Well
done.
done.
How about that? Let's throw a wrench in.
Well, all right. This is an easy one for me. All right. I grew up in New Orleans. I mean, my level of stupidly hot sauce aside, you know, things that are other people say are spicy don't even register for me. We had like my mom's friend came over one time, and she just made red beans and rice, which is like a normal like once a week meal for us. And I'm just sitting there. I don't know, like 10 years old. I'm just eating my red beans and rice, just chilling, having a good time. And this guy, he's just sitting there, and he starts like he took his hoodie off, he took his hat off. He's just sitting there. He's like wiping his forehead.
Sweating.
He's just like, his clothes are
Would you
sticking
put in
to him.
that shit? Fucking
He's
capsaicin?
sweating. He's like halfway through, and I'm like up for like my third plate. He's like halfway through. He's like, whew, like drinking water. He's like, what's in this? And I don't know, just
Like it's just nothing.
yeah. So that's the thing. Is the Cajun food? People think Cajun food is we just make it spicy. No, Cajun food is cooked the way. Cajun food has spices added to it. There's a lot of spices added to achieve a particular flavor. The side effect is to get the flavor that you're looking for. It's spicy.
Let the spice.
Yeah, it's kind of like. Is it kind of like jerk seasoning? Because
Kind of. I mean, so this is the Cajun food in general. It's not always. It's not even like pepper and hot sauce and things like that. A lot of times, there's just a bunch of different things that are themselves. Hell, even garlic in large quantities, very spicy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm immune to that shit. That shit.
I was
blows
saying,
in my veins.
I put sriracha in my pickled garlic and eat it.
Interesting.
But
Just
we use a
saw on
lot.
TikTok.
We use a lot of red pepper, cayenne pepper, stuff like that. Just a bunch of different types of peppers to get that ultimate flavor.
Yeah.
I used to think spicy slapped, and I don't think it's. I think spicy on my scale of where I'm comfortable with it at goes so hard. But overall, dude, whatever the hell that was last week, it was. I know it's in its own fucking realm, but I didn't know.
Because it was an extract. It wasn't made straight from the pepper.
Who even comes up with that shit, dude?
People wanna
I don't
kill
like
you.
murder.
I don't
It
like
is.
things that are spicy just for the sake
Right.
of being spicy.
Who the fuck
like
does that?
When I order wings, I order mild wings. I
Right.
can handle hot
You
wings.
want to
but I
enjoy them,
don't,
yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go with slaps because...
Yeah, clearly. Anyone who saw the last episode knows that you are clearly a much bigger fan of spicy things than you let on initially.
You want to know why? Because my life has been spicy.
Your life has been pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I guess we all... All right. I'm like fucking agree-ish. It slaps-ish. It slaps
slaps.
adjacent. You know what I mean?
It slaps adjacent.
It's
Anyway.
it's a triple. It's a
slaps
triple slap.
on Jason.
It slaps on Jason. Yeah.
Slaps on Jason.
What's your guys' opinion on thunderstorms?
You can go first.
Slaps. Oh my god. I just I love the way the clouds look. I love the way it just sounds far away, even up close. It gets kind of intimidating, don't get me wrong, but I still love it. I love watching lightning. I just love the smell of it too, and just hearing the rain pour down. Anyway, that slaps.
I'm going to go ahead and say that you just added a new tier to this game called Sex, because I don't know what that was. However, same.
However,
That's exactly my
same.
fucking sentiments, dude. Bro, I'll pull up to the eye of a thunderstorm if I have to. I'll
my
just
God,
stand
yes.
in that shit.
Yeah, literally, I
admiring
love standing in the rain. It's so
Bro.
fucking fun. It's like,
it. It makes everything so epic and fucking beautiful.
I have so many videos of me just standing in the pouring rain while it's like lightning and thundering.
I'd just be standing out there and in my head I'm like, tears gonna cold, I wonder why. Got out of bed at all. The morning rain clouds out my window.
And I can see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
Straight up in a fucking thunderstorm, just
So
or
beautiful.
like, you know what? My love of thunderstorms came from is that like when I was a kid and it would thunderstorm, my grandma would always go outside and she would sit on the porch with a cup of coffee, and I've been drinking. I'm Italian, so I've been drinking coffee since I was like fucking 9. You know what I'm saying? So I'd go out
Yeah.
there, my little cup of coffee, fucking my grandmother just watching the thunderstorm. It's so peaceful to me.
Yeah. I wish my porch. So, my neighbor above me, the porch has like
Your
holes in
arch
between.
nemesis?
No, not even. What?
You're like, I hate 18 other people way more than that person.
Exactly. Just kidding. There's like there's like holes in between, so the water drops down. So like if I want to go out during the rain, I'm gonna get wet regardless, and it's like fuck. So I need to get like an umbrella or something. Umbrella
Umbrella.
an umbrella or something.
JP, thunderstorms?
I am squarely on the slap side.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So I'll even take it one step further. The best part of thunderstorms is sleeping.
Oh, bro.
During a
that
thunderstorm.
That is literally
so-
slap.
thunderstorm sleep hits different.
Slap ultimate.
Yeah.
So we have, our bedroom has the sliding glass door that goes out into the deck.
Oh,
So
bro, you're
I'm like year round. I sleep with the door open.
Yeah.
But there's nothing better than sleeping with the door open while it's raining outside, while it's thundering. I love it.
And the best thing, I think all three of us this applies to, when you live like right in the woods and you can hear the fucking raindrops hitting the leaves,
Yes.
dude, and then you hear the wind breezing through, and there's the pitter patter. Wait, a little ASMR. Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. Dude, no, that pitter patter be fucking hitting.
Yeah, no,
though,
it's
bro.
just like
Thunderstorms are Slaps Pro Max, dude. That's the new tier.
Pro Max, yeah.
Slaps Pro Max. Boom. All right. What's next?
Cheesecake.
Whatever my feelings and sentiment are as far as the level of slaptitude that I feel about thunderstorms, it excels beyond that for cheesecake. If I could only eat one dessert for the rest of my life, it would be cheesecake. I would give up all the ice cream on this fucking planet for cheesecake. Cheesecake goes so hard.
Easy there, killer.
Coming from the person who just made love to herself about fucking thunderstorms, you're like, the rain, the fucking
rain.
thunder.
The thunder.
Yeah. So, yeah. Needless to say, not thunderstorms, cheesecake for me, fucking super slaps, dude.
So yeah, I'm gonna say that they slap as well, but like I would never substitute or give away my sweet precious ice cream.
You think ice cream
Sorry.
slaps a little harder? That's fair. I think ice cream is amazing. I just think cheesecake is in its
You
own
can
league.
put ice cream on anything. Waffles. You can fry
You're
your
not wrong.
ice
I
cream.
love putting on waffles.
You can literally put it in a smoothie. It's actually a milkshake, but I'm not just call it a smoothie.
Might even be called a float, depending on where you're from.
You
and how
can put it in
together.
a soda.
Okay.
What else can you do with it? Oh, you can put it on your body. Lick it off.
Somebody else's body.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that with cheesecake too,
Oh, yeah.
but it probably wouldn't be as romantic.
Nah, the crumbs and shit, dude. Dude, also, I feel like I would be too distracted. I'd be like,
We're gonna circle back to that as another slaps or suck because I have an opinion on what she just said.
A what part?
all right, so just cheesecake then. Slaps or sucks.
Just cheesecake absolutely slaps.
Oh, yeah.
So cheesecake flavored things also slap.
Mm-hmm.
My go-to, like I have like a Greek yogurt every day. It's like a strawberry cheesecake
Oh,
or
yes, please.
Mm.
one of my absolute favorites.
Preach.
And I'm not I'm not a sweet tooth guy. I'm like a meat and potatoes guy. But cheesecake frozen yogurt
Sorry.
is amazing.
Dude.
Cheesecake frozen yogurt.
Yes, when I was a kid, my favorite thing. So
Oh my god.
down in New Orleans, there's a chain called Zach's Frozen Yogurt. So I would
That's a
get
Zach.
Yeah, I would get
Sorry.
a cheesecake froyo in a waffle cone. It was amazing.
That sounds awesome, dude.
That
Wait, there's
sounds
people in this world who
delicious.
actually don't like cheesecake?
I think
That
so.
should be
A
categorized
lot
as
of
mental
people
illness.
don't. A lot of people don't.
How the fuck do you? Who sits there and bites into a cheesecake and just like, nah? I don't think that's even. That's insane to me.
People with no flavor.
That sounds like a brain disease to me.
It's like a fucking brain
Not liking
disease.
cheesecake. What
It's
the
kind of
fuck?
like coleslaw. I mean, it's understandable to not like coleslaw though.
You
but
like coleslaw?
yeah, there's people who don't and do, and I like it.
And you think it's bizarre that people don't like it? Coleslaw.
No, I said it's not bizarre.
But then why'd you say it's kind
Did
of like
I?
coleslaw? In what way? In the way that coleslaw, I would
That's
rather
why
cut my
I
right
think
arm
I
off
also
than have to
said
eat
this
coleslaw.
wasn't a good like. Analogy.
I'm a good Southern boy. I hate coleslaw.
Coleslaw is way more polarizing, dude. Coleslaw is garbage. You like coleslaw? I can't eat coleslaw based off the name alone. Slaw? I don't know. That sounds like something you'd feed to a fucking animal, dude.
Slaw
Come here, piggy.
Cole.
Come get your slaw.
Come here, coleslaw.
Dude, yeah. Imagine a dude named Coleslaw. That'd be pretty interesting. You
Probably.
like coleslaw, though? You actually like it?
Who don't like cabbage, carrots, and I don't know what else is in there.
Me. No, I like carrots, but cabbage.
I also like
nah.
Brussels.
That's fair.
Sprouts.
I'm opening up to a lot more vegetables lately.
I'm a fairly indifferent person when it comes to most foods.
Yeah. I mean,
Brussels sprouts are the one food I will not, cannot, do not tolerate.
And you just out here liking them shits?
Like there's stuff like
cheese.
I'll eat stuff that I don't like. You know, I'm not gonna be like, oh no, you know, if it's there and you know, I'll eat it, whatever.
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts are the one food that are 100% off the table.
Unequivocally a no. It's a no for me, dog.
They're like honestly, you know, they're honestly like instant gag for me.
Yeah.
They're
Triggers
so
the
good.
gag reflex.
They
I can't
smell
sit.
like garbage, but they taste so good.
And I've
So
eaten
good.
a lot of them because
Oh.
my mother used to love them, made them all the time, and I always had to eat like the
Ugh.
one or two or whatever.
It's gonna be
And
me
it
with
was-
my kids.
it
I'm
was-
like,
and
eat your
I'm sitting there
fucking
literally
vegetables.
like, you know, just like
Gagging.
yes, absolutely.
I'm actually, though, I firmly believe I can eat anything with Frank's Red Hot. I could put fucking Frank's on my shoe right now and I'd be fine with that.
I could eat anything without the bomb sauce.
Yeah, you probably can, you fucking.
Just trolling you now. All right, so just to circle
Some
back
really
a little
funny
bit.
parts
So
of
I
it.
think we're all slaps on
yeah.
cheesecake.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just
Very
to circle back
much
to what you were
so.
talking about, like putting ice cream and things on.
Yes.
Okay. Slaps or sucks food as a part of romantic activities.
Let me go first on this one. Because there's been, and you know what? I'm starting to realize we might need to create a third option for
It's
this
neutral.
type of feeling.
It's neutral.
It's one of those amazing
Midway.
in theory and not so amazing in practice.
Mid-
But I'll say this:
100%.
food on somebody else's body, amazing, dude. I get to eat. It's hot. It's sexy and spicy and steamy, and then I'm not the one sticky and dirty. Food on my body, no,
No.
dude. Because this is why. Because
Hair?
why is it? Why does this equation exist? That it's like let's put this. If I could fucking paint a graph right now, right, there would be a line on the constant incline, and all the way on the right side, it would be like level of sexiness, and on the left side at the top, it would be a level of stickiness. Because the stickier it is, the sexier it is. Why that is, I don't know. But it's like honey or like fucking chocolate or syrup, super sexy, super sticky. Why? Why is it? I don't know. But that's why I can't really get down
There's
with that.
this chocolate, like, it's like this thick paste that I've had.
Are you referring to molasses? Are you putting fucking molasses on people, dude? Bro, first of all, what is this? A fucking 1930s porn? Molasses?
Not fucking molasses,
Also, dude,
you stupid fuck.
I'm gonna keep pretending it is because it's way
like
funnier.
Nutella?
Molasses is like fucking putting
It's
tar
like
on
Nutella,
somebody.
but it's like thicker. Like it was like a kit.
A kit?
It had milk chocolate.
You're fucking
white
building things?
chocolate.
Where did you
Yeah,
get it
a
from?
fucking sturdy fucking relationship,
Where did you get
asshole.
this kit from? Wish?
No, I got it from
What the crowd did you use?
I
Wait,
got it
can
from
we
the
figure out what
adult
this
shop.
chocolate-
I
what
got
food
it
this
from
is?
the adult shop,
And
all
it's
right?
is it chocolate? Chocolate.
Chocolate. What
Wait,
are they
is it-
selling?
Wow.
Chocolate.
They're selling chocolate. Chocolate, yeah.
I
What are they
always
selling?
hated it.
All right, wait. So time out. Wait. Let's just bring this back in. So you got some kind of kit, and you made some kind of thicker consistency chocolate.
I didn't make it. They were jars. They were like little jars like this, and they
Well,
had
what else is in
chocolate
the kit
it.
then? Tools?
No, it was 3 little jars of chocolate. But it was like
But
put
it's
on your
just
body. It was for like
But it was thick and
put
consistent.
on your body, yeah, and lick it off. And I don't know, do what you want to do. Just not sticking it up your ass or whatever, you know.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I would feel so much more comfortable buying regular chocolate from a grocery store than chocolate from a sex shop.
That's why I don't. It's gone because it's. Why was it thick?
Wonder how long it was there.
Yeah,
Why
that's
was
what
it thick?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you,
Dude, I'm starting to wonder.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that sounds like
So,
a
yeah, like chocolate
honest-
syrup, good.
Expired in 1989.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, so that's my thoughts. Your thoughts outside of your fucking chocolate debacle,
the buckle. Sorry.
but your overall thoughts on food in the bedroom.
I gotta say like neutral because like I don't know. I'm like with you with the whole like being sticky, but like it is sexy on somebody else. But then like I think about me and I know I'm sexy as shit, and I'm like, yeah, all right. But I
Is
don't
it
want to
worth
be sticky.
the shower afterwards?
but
But
if I'm already
but-
gonna shower, do it the fuck up.
and
right?
and the shower can also be sexy. Which all right, we're gonna
shower
add that. No,
sex
this is a
so like
circle back to this at the
Overrated.
end. That's gonna,
That-
we're going to that because I have very strong thoughts on that. But okay, so neutral ish. But also real quick before we go to JP, if you've never tried Pop Rocks, that's all I'm gonna say. Pop Rocks. That's
So
all.
I'm squarely on the side of
I should
whatever the intermediate
right
is,
now.
where in theory,
Yeah.
all for it. Sounds great, looks great, whatever. In practice, I drove around with a chocolate syrup stain in the backseat
Yep.
of my Mustang for like 6 months.
Oh yeah, and you brought it
Okay.
onto
It was
fabric.
awful.
Yeah,
Awful.
That's the
Absolutely
thing.
awful.
Yeah, fabrics, dude, do not handle chocolate well. Like sheets, car upholstery.
Yeah,
no, doesn't fucking work.
Yeah,
Towels,
and I'm
baby.
just gonna say throwing out like a tarp first is not
That's
sexy.
what I said. I said
Like,
towels.
hold on, baby.
You
Let me
know?
put down this fucking saran wrap real quick.
Dexter.
Exactly.
like, am I gonna die today?
Okay. All right. So now let's get. Was there any more on the list for today? That was it?
Board games.
Nah, we're scrapping board games
Yeah,
because
scrap
shower
board
sex
games.
is funner.
And I have one
Funner?
more. I have one more as
More
well.
fun. Damn it. For someone who can't even barely get an English word out of her mouth, you're pretty on top of the grammar usually. Huh?
Gammer.
Fuck. I've been hanging out with you too much.
The gammer.
All right.
It happens.
So we won't just say sex.
I'm
Shower
good at my grammar,
hookups.
but
Okay.
Wait.
I feel very strongly about this. Shower sex, wildly unsafe.
wait.
Incredibly unsafe.
Can we tie that in with like tub sex too? I guess.
I mean, I guess. Okay, fine. Hooking up aquatic-based hookups.
What?
You cool with that?
Did you say what? I don't know.
I mean,
Water-based interactions.
So I guess
sexual interaction.
All right. So
Water-based intimacy.
are hot tubs included in that?
Fuck.
mean,
Yeah,
What's
see, there's all these
water-based?
different tiers.
Water-based intimacy. So that means anything in water, ponds, lakes,
Oh,
fucking
well,
yachts, swimming
unsanitary.
pools.
Unsanitary.
Oh,
There.
so unsanitary. But making out in like a lake, top tier. But see, I have
Dying.
different feelings about all these different forms of water. Like a shower, no thanks. But like making out is cool in the shower. Anything else, no, I'm too big for that. A hot tub, anything. You can drown me in a fucking hot tub. If we're naked together, I'm going for it. Lakes and ponds and things like that. Yeah, if the water's like clean-ish, because now it's never gonna really be fully clean. But if the water's like clean-ish,
What about the ocean?
no, dude, you know my relationship with saltwater is not. It's poor and it's got a lot of work and it's not even close. So no, nowhere near. I don't want to be anywhere near a beach messing with anybody. No fucking
I don't
thanks.
blame you. I don't want
The
fucking
closest
sand
thing to
everywhere.
sex on the beach is me
I
at
mean,
the
like
bar ordering
sand,
a
like
fucking
in my
pretty drink.
toes.
Yeah,
Sand
no
never
thanks,
goes away.
no thanks. So I got all these different feelings now because there's not now we're like there's so many different aquatic based scenarios. So I'm just gonna say showers.
Having sex on
No
a water
thanks.
slide. Okay.
Oh, that sounds like a really dangerous situation, especially if you went to Action Park and did
Something's
that
getting
shit.
broken.
Yeah, that sounds like a fucking snapped rib cage.
I don't think that's even
Yeah.
possible. So
You'd be surprised. Anyway, yeah. All right. So that's my thoughts. Is it's different amongst, but I think overall, I would say, damn. See, I don't know actually, because hot tubs. When you throw hot tubs,
all that's
because
what
I'm
you
like,
came
I
with
feel
your
so strongly
conclusion?
about yes, hot tubs, but also so strongly about no in the shower. So
Shower makeout sessions,
top tier,
super
fucking
hot,
elite.
super hot. Once you actually start taking it to that next level,
Oh, yeah.
it gets dangerous.
Yes, very dangerous.
It's not
It's a safety
comfortable. Someone's slipping, falling, someone's dying.
Yeah.
Someone's always going to be cold.
Yes.
Fun, I can't
There's
get
only-
up.
yeah, because there's going to be one person in the water and the other person just standing there freezing.
Yeah.
Dude, also depending on the activity, when you're trying to do a certain thing with your mouth and also trying to breathe and there's water fucking crashing down in your face,
No,
that's
no.
safety hazard in itself too. Drowning risk. So yeah. Your thoughts?
It's hard to say too. Shower sucks. I don't care for shower sex. I fucking hate it. I've had sex in a hot tub before. It's pretty fun, but
Yeah,
like
top
it
tier.
just it gets hot and like I almost passed out and
Yeah, exerting
It's
yourself
just-
in a hot tub.
it's just a lot.
dangerous.
Yeah, so like I don't know.
That's
I
true.
just like
But the
Not
the
in water.
jets,
Not
the
in water.
jets are really fun to incorporate. Though.
no. It's just what's
Yeah,
I just like
so
I like dry. Dry.
aquatic
Thank you very much.
makeout sessions that then take it someplace
Yeah,
else.
leading to
Okay.
it.
All right.
Yes,
That is
I'll
the
take
actual
that.
perfect
That
fucking middle
is
ground.
good. I will
Yeah.
take that.
All right, so we can all agree.
The makeout
It's-
session, building it up
But
to
let's move this to a drier
that.
place.
Aquatic,
Yes.
yeah, aquatic floor. Jeez, it's fucking stunning to me
what
now.
is-
I'm sorry.
Aquatic
It happens.
foreplay.
Yeah.
Following
Yeah.
land activities.
Yep.
Good to go.
Yep. Activities. Yes. Okay. That was a good. That might have been the best. That might have my favorite episode of Slabs.
So-
Sorry, my ear itches.
I do
Slabs
have
are
one more that I wanted to and honestly
you
I
got a
know
bonus?
I know my feelings and I know your feelings already, but I just want to throw it out there because we need to preach this to the masses. Bidets.
Mama,
Oh,
don't
bro. All
bitch.
right. You can go first.
Wait.
Have you ever used a bidet?
A
Bidets.
bidet? No, I have not.
Let me tell you something. If
I've heard
this
great
is a
things
PSA
about it.
bidets.
I've heard
Life
great things about it.
Changing.
Yeah.
Life changing.
I've heard great things.
Let's put it this way, and he told me
And
this
also
going
life
in.
ruining.
The only downside of bidets
So nobody else has it.
is having to go somewhere else that there's not a bidet.
Yeah.
It is that
You will never
exponentially better.
ever be comfortable shitting anywhere else
No.
outside of your house now.
It's horrible, dude. But
You-
it's so
you will-
amazing when you
you
have
will
one.
feel like it, no matter how clean or whatever, you have to if you use a public restroom, use a restroom in somebody's house, whatever, you're gonna feel dirty the rest of the day until you get home to your bidet.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, they're amazing. First of all, right? Nothing's better than a clean asshole, dude. Okay? But it's not
You're
even
not
just
wrong.
after you go to the bathroom. You go to the bathroom, right? You're saving on toilet paper, right? Because you literally need to wipe once just to dry yourself. Like, no bullshit. And I'm just gonna be completely like candid here.
Not having
Honestly,
shit either.
yeah, when you wipe after you use a bidet, there's not even shit on that. It's just water. It's like legit just water. It's fucking spectacular.
Yeah,
Mine,
it's like two, 3 squares just to dry off.
right. Now they come in all different forms, right? Mine, easy installation. It's got a little fucking control knob. It's like being in a control center of a spaceship, dude.
Like being
It's
in
got
a
it's got like a little fucking like a throttle, like a shifter that you can change your angle. You can turn it all the way back the other way.
And
to
those
clean
aren't even the
nozzle
fancy
off.
ones.
Yeah, that's
you
a
go to
base
you go
level
to
one.
Japan. They got heated seats.
Bro.
They got hot water, cold water. They got
What do you hook this up
massagers and
to?
everything. So
You just connect it to your fucking
yeah,
toilet.
the way
tank?
No. The way ours are is it actually mounts under the seat. So that's what holds it in place. So you just take the seat off, put the bidet on, clamp the seat back on, and then there's a little water hose that runs to the water that comes in to the tank. So it's like a little T valve that goes in between the water supply and the toilet tank. It's like literally a 5-minute installation.
Interesting.
Comes with everything in the box. You buy it on Amazon for like 30, 40
Same.
bucks.
I look
It's-
on
it's-
Amazon.
fucking amazing. And it's not even just good for pooping, right? Let's say you got a little swamp ass. It's a hot day. You got some sweat in your ass. It happens to everyone. And
So
if
look,
you're going to say it doesn't, you're fucking lying.
Listen,
You got swamp ass, just hop on the bidet, beep, beep, beep. Go
Devin,
on.
all right. So Devin and I are obviously we're big guys.
Yeah.
Without getting into too much detail, you know,
God.
things get heated down there.
Things
sometimes.
get sticky.
Yeah.
Things get hot. Get sweaty. I understand. I
It's
understand.
yeah. I'm trying not to paint a picture here, but like walking around every day with a squeaky clean asshole.
Dude, it's a
It's
different
unbelievable.
experience.
Clean butthole for life. Ooh.
And the adjustment, the ability to move it and have it point, So I mean,
I
you're.
like to move it, move it. I like to move it.
I once
Hey.
described it to the CEO of the company I worked for as you got a little lever that goes from like crack to gooch, and it's just
Yeah.
Gooch.
and
Dude,
it's
fucking
just
awesome,
it's
yeah.
clean.
Fuck my God.
It's
Jesus.
fucking awesome.
And surprisingly, and a lot of people think, oh, it's going to be cold. It's not. We don't really have a lot of temperature sensing stuff going on down there.
Yeah.
So that's cold water, but it doesn't feel cold at
No.
all.
No, it's amazing. If you don't own a bidet yet,
A badur.
go get one.
So I was,
I guess go get one. I haven't tried one, but I guess since
So
they
as
said
you
it's
know,
great.
as you know, I was up in Plattsburgh yesterday, so that's way up by the Canadian border. So I was in a car for like 7 hours, multiple stops at fast food places along the way.
Yep.
Blew up a Stewart's bathroom
Nice.
somewhere along the way there, and literally the very first thing, and it's like my wife, who's also a bidet believer.
But they believe I like that. There we go.
I came through the door, and she's like, she gets out of the way because she knows that's the first stop.
Yeah.
When you get home, it's like
Yep.
you go there. I'm walking in. She knows. Like, oh, it's clear. It's ready for you. Go.
Go ahead. Everything's
walking around.
Pathway is
Here for
gone.
takeoff.
Go.
Everybody else out here wiping their asses like fucking pilgrims.
That shit is prehistoric.
Seriously, it's like. Hey, seriously.
I'm above
like,
that.
and honestly, the argument too is like
We are
all right, so
very behind on it all.
if you got shit on your hand right now, what would you do? Would you just take a couple dry pieces of toilet paper and
just
and
wipe it off? Yeah.
No, you'd fucking scrub it and soap
Yeah.
and everything like that. Why do you treat your asshole any differently?
Yeah.
See, I'm a step down. I have wet wipes.
That's fair. That's
Wet wipes are legit,
That's
Yeah.
better than just
They
straight
are.
toilet paper.
Yeah, no. Wet
Yeah.
wipes.
but that also leads to problems. A lot of times you can't flush those.
Yeah.
It's
Nope, yep, and then you gotta
you
put it
gotta
like in a
have 'em with
separate
you.
garbage, and then you gotta throw those away. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a
So.
septic tank. You can't flush those at
No,
all.
you
Then
definitely cannot flush
and then
them.
you want that hanging out in your garbage can next to
That's
the...
my thing. Yeah, you have like a little separate garbage to like
Yeah, put
throw
a
away
fucking
every
diaper
like
genie in the
fucking day.
bathroom.
Yeah,
Okay.
literally.
We're gonna make you a believer.
I told you I was gonna
I'll
go
send
look
you
to
a
see a
link.
bidet.
Yeah.
What's next on
Anyway,
the
after
agenda?
all that fucking poop talk,
Poop. That's that poop talk.
poop talk,
Hey, we all about that poop talk. You heard?
bing bong.
Me and all my homies be pooping. Straight up, bro. Straight up. All right, what do we
Speaking
got?
of
What's-
shit
I
talk,
kind of want to like.
Take a shit.
We all just said something different.
Well, I was waiting for you to go.
Come do like another food challenge one of these days.
Okay, so let's do the century eggs then.
fuck no.
Yeah, you want to get all fucking? You want to get crazy? Century
no,
eggs then.
those things look like they
Oh,
were
now you
shit
go back out.
Yeah,
Now you're going back out.
because those things look disgusting.
Yeah, that's the point. They're fucking horrible. It'd be
Put a little
really
hot
funny.
sauce on them.
I'll put the bomb on a century egg
Nope, I still won't do
because
it.
I'm about that life.
Still won't do it.
For those of you who don't know, actually, I don't even. I'm pretty sure a century egg is literally a 100-year-old duck egg, and it's like a delicacy.
Is he gonna pay that much for it? How much am I?
They're like $30 on Amazon. I'll buy 2 of them.
What about crickets?
Yeah. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, that was me stretching.
I've had a cheese flavored grasshopper before. It wasn't bad actually.
Cheese flavored grasshopper.
Yeah, it was just a grasshopper.
I've had
with
chocolate covered ants. I've had
Had the grasshopper
roasted
one.
grasshoppers.
Very nutritious. Very nutritious.
High protein.
Or have you ever seen like the Sprite and banana challenge? No, I won't do that one. Just kidding.
Hell is the Sprite and
Is
banana
this
challenge?
going to be? We can't do anything that's too messy in here.
That is true.
What is the Sprite and time out? What is the Sprite and fucking banana challenge?
So where you just eat a banana and drink Sprite, but they don't mix together and they just make everything bubbly. Apparently.
Interesting. Never heard of it. I'll have to look it up.
Apparently, I don't know.
I'm
something
gonna
like
hit
that.
YouTube right after this.
Yeah.
So, voting, recent, election
Mm.
is our next topic.
Yes.
I did not vote. And let me tell you something. The only people who a Democrat or Republican hates more than the opposite is a non-voter. But let me explain myself because I have a very good reasoning. First of all, I absolutely hate politics. I hate everything about it, and I hate the government, right? But, and understand this, okay? What's worse, someone who doesn't vote or a misinformed voter? Because I don't care enough, I don't engage enough, and I admit this, and I don't lie about it. I don't care and engage. I have no fucking clue. If I went to vote the other day and I saw that ballot, I wouldn't recognize a name on it other than seeing it on a sign in somebody's yard. I don't do my research, and for that reason, I don't feel like it makes sense for me to vote. And I also don't want to be one of these people who votes for someone just because they think the other person is so bad. Like, I'm not here to vote so that another person doesn't get elected. If I was going to vote for somebody, I would want them to get elected. Are we fighting? Is this what's happening? Are we fighting right now?
Earrings are coming off.
Are we fighting? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. First of all, whoa, shaking my boots. You went like this. Gonna fucking. Damn, dude. I'll just put my mic out. You can't beat the mic, clearly, because you've been fighting it for 3 fucking months and it's still here. Go ahead, lay into me. What's your thoughts? You're not a fan of non-voters, huh?
No, I understand, and I respect your opinion for what you want to do. I just feel like it's so easy to do a little bit of research on the certain candidates, and it's so important.
But is a little bit enough, though? It's on surface level, do you really know?
Regardless, we're going to be fucked, but it's better
Agreed.
to do a little bit of research to try to get the better option in the end, because at this point it is so important to vote, because especially with state voting, because our rights have been taken away for the most part, and I just feel like people who don't want to vote don't care about our rights and don't care about us like at all. And yeah. Also, by the way, weed, like, I want that to stay legal. Thank you.
That's all fair. I just feel like with the landscape of politics right now is picking the lesser of two evils, and that's just not something I'm
I understand where
personally.
you're coming from, too. Like I said, I don't force voting onto people. If you don't want to vote, that's up to you.
Like, do you know how many people?
But
Do you know
also
how many people
understand-
voted just for one of those stickers? I almost fucking did. Those are cool fucking stickers. I'm not gonna lie. You got yours? I'm not gonna lie. I almost fucking went out and voted just for one of the stickers, dude.
Because
But I
I did vote. I went in there and I didn't know I could like vote in like a different place. I thought I had to vote to the place I registered at. And I was like, I don't even remember the last time I voted. And they were like, we can let you know. And they looked up. They were like, you voted in the last 4 major elections. And I was like, good for me.
Yeah. Who did you vote for in those last 4 major elections?
All Democratic Party.
Name the people.
I don't know.
And that's my point right there.
Do you know 4 years?
You're just voting just to vote for people.
4 years?
If they were good candidates, if they were the right choice, and you did the research and you cared about them enough,
We haven't had
you
any
would
good
probably remember
candidates
that.
in a
They're,
long time.
none of them are good.
But
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
That's why I don't
to
vote.
counterpoint what you said, it's unlike certain parties, okay, we're not voting for a person.
Yeah.
We're voting for ideals.
Mhm.
Okay. The person, unless you're, a cult member of a certain party, the person is not who, you're not voting for, their personality. You're not a cult member. You're not, they're not your high and mighty
I'm voting
leader,
for them to
okay?
not take away certain rights that I
You can-
worked hard for.
Regardless of whether you like the person or
not,
whatever,
yeah.
you can vote for what they stand for and what ideals match up to yours.
I get what he's saying though,
I
because
do,
they
I
can
do,
they
because
can switch it at any time,
But that's
and they
what makes
do
it tough
that
to vote
shit.
too, though, because if you were to lay out right, like this is what this party thinks, that's what that party thinks. I guarantee you, it would be a maximum of a 60-40 split either way. For
No
me
matter
personally.
what, you're not going to be
I'm
able.
like, I think this makes sense. I think that
One
makes sense.
person is
I
not
think
going to be
most people
able
think that
to
way.
give people all what they want.
No, but the problem
everybody
is
so
the two-party
split.
system is the problem.
There
Yes.
is a huge divide between between the two major parties and what they stand for. And I'm caught very much in, without getting into specific details, I'm all for women's rights. I'm all for, everybody's, marital rights, everything like that. I'm also a firm believer in the Second Amendment. And that puts me in a difficult position because I can say, okay, I want to let women keep their rights, their bodily autonomy, have people have the right to gay marriage, to all those sorts of things. So, I want to push that button that says, yeah. At the same time, pushing that button is also depriving myself of
and
rights.
that's the problem.
And so I wind up, it is a complicated dance, because I actually do find myself, I don't always vote straight down the party line. I tend to, for a lot of things, for like Senate and governor and things like that, I tend to go very much on the Democratic side of things.
Yeah.
I find myself trying to counter that a little bit because we do have checks and balances. So we had a Republican running for the state Supreme Court. I voted for the Republican for the state Supreme Court as a check and balance because I'll be honest, with all those ideals, I stand firmly behind the Democratic Party
Yeah.
for those ideals. But in practice, they're
There's
just
some
they're
things,
just
yeah.
as much scumbags as
Yeah.
everybody else. They're in it
Yes.
for
Almost
money.
definitely.
They're totally different. They're playing
Politicians.
Yeah. Can we vote against politicians?
Yeah.
Because if
That would be
that was an
ideal.
option, that would be great. We absolutely need some sort of political reform in this country because
And that's what's hard with voting because
is very
like
difficult.
you want to do stuff for yourself as well, but you also want it to be fair for other people. Some people feel that way. I don't think all people feel that way.
No, but I think
and
a
then
lot of
some
people feel that way,
are
though.
in the middle where they just don't know what to do and they just feel like backing out. And I know quite a few people. So.
Yeah, and I also am one of those people, and I it's weird because I both believe at the same time that every vote really does count, but I also don't believe that enough to feel like I should go out there and do it. Like I
mean,
genuinely
after
believe if
seeing
enough
how
people,
many more votes and stuff we've gotten with the new generations of voting.
well, that's
kinda
where I'm
crazy.
at too. To be completely honest, this is my personal opinion. I honestly, I've given up on the next probably decade. Like I think people who are children now and young adults now, when they become the older generation and they're mostly the people in power, I think things will be better. I just don't. I honestly think it's still a lot of wading through shit for the next decade or so until things get better. And it's just like it just feels like every
You mean
time it's
until
like
all of the old fucks die? Yeah.
honestly.
But the problem is
All the old
you can't
fucking
wait. You can't do that
politicians
because
fucking step down
all
and-
the young guys that are getting elected, that will be getting elected and stuff like that. By the time you wait around, they're going to be the old fucks that the next generation is trying to get out.
So basically, let's get rid of all the fucking old people.
The problem is there's no incentive for
Yeah.
them to change anything. So we need to make their
Yeah.
and
They think it's fine the way it is.
Well, they're also usually benefactors of that. Like, so let's be real. Why would you? And you know what I think too. This is a very interesting concept. Is it's actually from Batman. Of like, do you die a hero or do you live long enough to see yourself become the villain? And the way that I think that translates to politics is, do you just say fuck it? I'm never gonna get into politics because I'm so strongly against it, or do you feel like because the whole thing with systems and destroying systems is you really have to do it from the inside out. Right? Or you have to build a new system that just far outweighs that. That's not going to happen. So we need people who are politicians to break apart all these things that politicians have historically been doing for generations and generations. But they're also A, benefactors of it, and B, when you're in it, it's so hard to go against it. So it's like it's almost like you try to get into it because you want to break those things up, but then when you're in it, you become a part of it, and then you become that villain.
So I think that to go back to what you said before about what's better in indifferent an uninformed voter. Honestly, I do think voting even uninformed is still better than not voting because the problem is everybody in the whole political spectrum. The reason they get away with the things they do is because of the indifference of the masses.
Yeah.
Because there's not that many people out there voting. There's not that many people involved.
I would also, just to piggyback on that real quick, there are people out there that don't have the right to vote and who want to have the right to vote to be able to speak up for that. And the people that take that for granted really should just honestly think about that because there are people who are struggling and literally don't have the chance to do it.
Yeah.
I've had someone say it to me before because I've posted this on Facebook before, and I had someone say that exact thing, and I completely understand it, but also I think it's a right, not a requirement.
Most
and so
definitely.
because of that, I think that's why I'm like I said,
That's
for
why
me,
I don't ever force it onto people.
for me on a
but,
personal level, I'm like I'm not the type of person. I typically don't like to do something just for the sake of doing it, or like I don't want to.
You're speaking up for your freedoms, though.
Like,
That's the way I like to see it.
I don't want to go buy something from Apple just because I think Samsung sucks. I would rather not buy anything at all.
Yeah.
But if I'm buying something from Apple, it's because I believe in this product or this item or whatever, and that's how I want to feel about politics. And so, if anything, I think the thing that I could do would be probably to understand it better. But I honestly just believe that with media and the way that the political landscape is these days, it's so hard to actually get to that shit. When like what you're really seeing, and yes, I could definitely be doing more research, and I'm sure I could come across these answers. But like, I would love to see a source or some more sources that are just flat out like, here's the actual information, and it's not politically motivated on one end or the other. There aren't people lobbying and things like that.
There are sources out there, and it's a matter of finding them and things like that. I do think so I personally believe that regardless of whether you even feel like it's, makes a difference or not, I think as a citizen, it is not a requirement, but it is a responsibility.
A lot of R words. Good fucking R words.
Because,
It is.
you can, there's a lot of people that say, good and bad things about the United States. You got your MAGA crowd, make America great again, or all of this sort of stuff. And there's a lot of people that shit on America. America overall is still, in a lot of respects, a lot better place and has a lot more freedoms than a lot of other places in the world.
Yeah.
There are plenty of places that rank higher.
I would say yes,
lots
but
of
there's
places
also
that
better
rank
places
lower.
Yeah.
too.
But still, as a, as a person who is, born and raised in the United States, you have a significant level of privilege
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
over other people in the world.
And I like to also think about it at the
And
end of the day.
and
Want to
that
better the
privilege
country.
comes along with the responsibility. You have a responsibility to maintain that privilege, a responsibility to do the bare minimum of education for yourself, so that you can participate in that. It's not forced, it's not a requirement, but I will tell you, I mean, it's just, first of all, just having that awareness and having that big, I don't get like hugely into a lot of, politics and things. I'm not one of those
Yeah.
people that sits there
Yeah.
and reads the political section every day.
Gets to you. It really does get to you
That
after
said,
a while.
I understand, the thing that kills me too is like, what I really don't understand is like, I went through high school. I know what schools teach and everything. So many people, the thing that really actually bothers me is so many people don't have the faintest fucking idea how the government actually
Yeah.
works.
Right. Well, because they think the only thing that and here's the other thing is if I was gonna or when I do start voting, it's gonna be the local shit first. Like it's not just gonna be like I step out to vote for a president because
Local
that
is
actually holds so
definitely
much less
important.
weight than people fucking believe it does. But that's the thing. There are so many, and I also think that in a lot of ways I definitely get intimidated because I'm one of those people who if I want to be involved in something, I want to understand how it works. So it's very hard. Like it's easy to say like that the alternative would be to like at least get a surface level understanding and then go vote. But for me, in the way that my mind functions, I would find that difficult because I would want to get a deeper understanding, and it feels like there's so much and it's so convoluted and so overrun with just bullshit that it oftentimes turns me off to getting in. And I think that's my problem because I consider it all the time. Every time the voting
I
comes
used
around, I'm
to
like,
feel the
I'm
same
like,
way.
I should learn more. I should get into it. And then it's like, and then I start to do it. And for one reason or another, I'm just like, oh my God, like it just feels like, and I do keep trying. And I'm sure I'll vote at some point, but I'm like, it just keeps feeling like just not, I guess not the right time for me. Like,
Yeah.
cause I'm just like, but it's never gonna be like all rainbows and fucking sunshine. It's not gonna be like, oh my God, the greatest candidate who's ever lived is up for a vote and let's all vote for him. That's never gonna happen.
No, at the end of the day,
But
it's
I feel like
important.
it's going to get to a better point than the shit that's happening right now. And it sucks because you have to vote now to get at that point, and I'm not doing that. But I don't know. It's to be determined for me, I guess.
I used to be the same way. I didn't want to get into politics or anything when I was younger, but I had to for school. I had to take U.S. history and all that stuff and, economics. So I ended up having to talk about certain things in class that I didn't care for, but, whatever. And then from then on out, I was like, yeah, no, I need to do my part if I want to live the life that I want to live. And if I want to ever have children and if I ever have a daughter, I want them to live a better life as well. Because I don't want them to grow up and not be able to have control of their body. Fuck no.
And the thing that, I've thought about a lot is psychologically, people have this whole idea of, the bad things that happen in the world, the things that you hear about and, read about in the history books and those sorts of things. Those nobody ever correlates those to current times.
Never. And it's terrible.
There's wars, the world wars, there's, all those sorts of things. Like even when, the United States was in, we were at war in Afghanistan.
Slavery was literally on the ballot. And Louisiana, I'm pretty sure Louisiana, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, still is for it or whatever. For like criminals or whatever.
So
no, Tennessee voted against it.
Everybody has this kind of almost naive idea that those things can't happen. Now we live in a civilized society now, not realizing that there are murderous regimes in countries not far from here where, people are still, 20, 30, 50,000 people murdered by their governments. That sort of thing could never happen here. There are, literal, people dying in the streets left and right all over the world, killed by government coups and all this sorts of stuff. Violence and the stuff you read about in history books is
that shit's
literally
that's not far off from what could
always
happen.
a moment away.
Yeah.
Okay, and people live in their safe little world where they sit at home and they scroll around on TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that, and they're binge watching The Witcher on Netflix, and they're doing all these stuff, and then they get up, they go to work, they go grocery shopping. Oh, poor me, I didn't. They're living in their own little bubble, which is exactly where people want them to be.
Yes.
Completely unawares of the fact that the sorts of thing, the Civil Rights Act not that long ago, where people literally, black people couldn't even enter certain restaurants, couldn't
literally or how long ago, how not so long ago it was that women had the right to vote and own property and bro, what?
We're not talking about, this is not the long,
we're not
this
far
is not
away
a long,
from
long
that
time
stuff.
ago in a galaxy far away.
Yeah.
This is my grandma's times.
Yeah.
It's not that far ago, and it's not, we're not that far away from it, and it can very easily swing back into those times.
Yep.
Because
and that's what people
and that's,
don't understand.
Yes, and that's the thing is literally right now, with women's rights and things like that, we're literally on the cusp. You're losing ground. It's been 2 steps forward, 1 step backward.
Yep.
Okay, and it could be very, very easily 2 steps backward.
All because people feel their opinions matter more than science.
That's we could have a whole topic about that shit.
But we won't. Not tonight.
That
Not tonight,
shit's
because that'll be a whole
fucking mind-boggling to me that even happened.
Now that we're all sad and everything, let's talk about therapy.
Oh yeah, it's a great segue. So
I love when you say that segue.
Our girl here is taking the next step in life. She's gonna start doing therapy.
I'm gonna try. It's expensive.
Telling you, the thing I recommended, sliding scale, baby, and it's like $30 to $80 a session, and you pick that number, and you don't have to feel bad about it.
Yeah, I'll have to really look into it because
they're basically. So I'll tell you. So my experience, I recently started therapy back in, I want to say August.
I'd say it's been a few months, I think.
And the place that I found, it was recommended to me from a friend who also goes there. So they have I don't know the exact word, but they're practicing basically. They're not fully certified or whatever yet, but they've got other accolades and they've gone to school and stuff like that. And they do, those ones in particular do low cost therapy, and it's a sliding scale. I think the scale, I don't even think it's an actual exact scale, but the recommendation is between $30 to $80 a session. But you pick. So you pick what you're comfortable with. So I was like, okay, 50 makes sense to me.
50 sounds even.
And I'm doing it bi-weekly, so it's only $100 a month. And I don't have insurance. So that's why I wanted to go with this option as well. No insurance gang. So I'll started
soon
it.
Have mine, possibly.
Me too, in January. I started it, and it's been fantastic for me. And it taught me, it's actually been teaching me a lot about myself. That's been the interesting thing. And I will say this as someone who's not very experienced with therapy at all, but I do have some good advice that I think, which is 2 things that I think people should always understand before you seek out therapy, is that you should not be afraid or discouraged to shop around. The first therapist is not always just the one that works, and you should never feel bad. It's just like anything else. If you go to a tattoo artist and you don't like the way they tattooed, you would go find somebody else. If you go, to a restaurant and you don't like their food, you'd go. So just like with anything else, try it and give it enough time. And also, the second thing would be going to it with an open mind.
Yes.
Because I think if you go in and you're like, because you're going to hear different things from different people. I might say therapy is great, and somebody else might say it was horrible and I had a bad experience. And those things can all be true, but everyone's experience is unique to them. But you should always go into with an open mind, because a friend of mine went in and was like, oh, but I've heard people say that their therapist, she's literally was like, I think my therapist is going to judge me. Wow.
Oh, sorry.
That looked painful.
It hurt a little bit.
You're like,
because I.
But she was like, I think my therapists are going to judge me. And I'm like, the interesting thing is these are the only people on the planet who are legally bound to not share anything you talk about unless you're harming yourself. So it's like, who better?
Or going to harm someone else.
Who better to talk to somebody about it. But for me, my experience was that I hit the fucking jackpot on the first person.
Yeah.
I realized that
That's awesome.
his style is perfect for me. He is an incredibly calm person, like wildly calm. And just like you're just like me, I'm bouncing off the fucking walls all the time, and my life is so busy. I never get to just sit down and get a break. And
Yeah.
like in the first couple
I
sessions,
understand that.
I couldn't even help but to look at my phone when it would fucking vibrate. And I was like, it took me a few sessions to just get to a point where I'm like, no, this is my 1 hour every 2 weeks to just sit here and be calm.
Yeah.
And he does some things that I really like. So when we open up the session, he's just always very calm. He like brings it in, and he's very intentional in his responses to me. So I like laugh because it's funny the way he does it. But like I'll say something, he'll be like, yeah. And he does it because he's genuinely sitting there and like really thoughtfully thinking of how to engage me after the thing that I said. And actually, the session we had this most recent Wednesday was one of the best ones yet because I brought up like I was telling him how my sister had like a panic attack, and then I was just saying how she wanted to like get into meditation. And I was like, I've always thought that that's something I should do because it's a great way to pace myself and to balance myself out. And he got so excited because he's very passionate about like meditation and stuff.
That's
and
cool.
he did this experiment with me, and I
Meditating
loved it
is
a
really
lot.
nice.
So he said he got a book and a pencil, right? This was really, really cool. And he takes the book and he puts the pencil on it. And he tilts the book, it rolls into his hand. He puts it back, keeps doing that. And he's like, most people think that meditation is getting the pencil to sit still on the book. He's like, but this is what meditation really is. It's catching the pencil, keeping your attention on it, bring your attention back to it, putting it back, catching it, putting it back. Because you're never going to keep the pencil sitting still. It's always going to tilt. And when your objective, what you value, what you think successful meditation is keeping the pencil still, you're failing. You're going to think you're failing. But when you realize that it's not that, but rather that every time it falls down again, you're able to catch it and bring your attention back, that's succeeding in meditation. And just I think that's just a good general practice in life too, because it's like
getting back on
it's
track.
not about, it's like the whole journey versus the destination thing. It's like if you're just focused on the fact that this pencil has to sit here, anything that happens outside of that, which is going to happen, you're like, I'm fucking failing. But if you are able to be like, oh, I caught it, and that's the win, is being able to catch it and bring it back. So I was like, damn, that was some good shit.
Yeah. No,
So yeah,
I miss
so
having
I
therapy.
think I'm very excited to hear what your experience will be like.
I've had therapy before.
What are your, but you've never done, but you want to do virtual now. Have you done virtual therapy before?
No, I'd rather do in person, but it's more expensive, I feel. So
I do virtual, and I've never done therapy, so for me, it's not as unusual because I didn't have anything else to compare it to.
yeah, I had to do mandatory therapy in high school.
But so what?
Anger issues,
So no fucking surprise there. The mic can attest to that. I think one of the things I like about virtual therapy is that it definitely you can't quite connect as much because you're not in person. However, I do like being from the comfort of my home.
Yeah.
I'm generally comfortable in most places personally, but I'm the most comfortable at home. Like I think probably most people are. So it is nice to get that experience. And it makes it easier for me to talk.
I wouldn't be because I live with my boyfriend. So I want to be able to talk about anything and everything. Not that I would be keeping stuff from him, but there's obviously some things
Sit out in the car.
That's what
Like,
I was
honestly,
thinking
sit
about.
Sit out in the car.
But I also live in an apartment complex, and I want my neighbors to be nosy.
Yeah,
That's a nice thing.
Parking out in
throw the AirPods in.
True.
Sit out in the car. You know, you're physically comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're talking to the person.
I could.
Yeah,
you could do it.
I could try that. Yeah, we'll see.
So you're gonna seek it out? Are you actively looking to do?
Yes.
When's the last time? So wait, but outside of that, because I don't even know if I'd really call that like therapy, like mandatory school stuff. Have you ever actually done?
No, it was an actual like psychologist that came in and stuff, and she had her own like thing. And
But what was the purpose of it?
To be able to just have therapy. It was
so
literally
that she
just
wouldn't burn the school down.
But if the school's making you do it, you're not really doing it for you.
It was only like a few sessions that I had to do, and then I continued to do it because I wanted to. They said we only had to do. I'm pretty sure they were like, we only had to do so many sessions. Do you want to continue with this, or do you want to stop? Because you only. I was like, I want to continue. Like, I want to fucking kill people. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. And she had a little Zen garden. It was nice. Yeah.
So are you excited or nervous or both about starting up again?
A little bit of both, because what were my fucking problems in high school, yo? Fucking nothing. I was like, oh my god.
What
Just
prompted
kidding.
it? Was it like a specific event or like just a buildup of just the way that life has been lately?
A lot, like, bro.
All of the above.
Oh, the above. Check mark, check mark, check mark. Fuck it all. Fuck it up.
Well, good. Well, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You're
I hope
taking-
it
you're
goes
taking a
well,
big
because
next
I need
step.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Don't
then
be afraid to
I'm
shop.
going to New Mexico in a few weeks, which is nerve-wracking but exciting because I get to see one of my best friends again. Ah!
And you get to see the dog.
And I get to see my baby boy.
What
Both
are the
the
chances of the pupper coming home?
Not likely.
Unless
We need to organize do we need to organize like a steal the dog kind of caravan?
Oh yeah, because I happen to know
Possibly.
someone who's married to somebody in this room
It's just
who is an expert in that field.
It's just complicated. There's a lot behind it. I don't know. All I know is life fucking sucks.
Give his wife 5 minutes on the situation, and she'll have that fucking dog back here tomorrow, dude. Honestly, bro.
But-
How many animals have you guys rescued?
I don't know. I think we've had something like 40 dogs come through our house. Damn. Well, hell, at one time, and that's just ones that came through and then like immediately went out again.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, we had 21 cats living in our house with nine dogs.
Oh no. Oh no.
Animal rescue in this bitch.
Yeah.
Heard? If you're looking to get rescued in your animal,
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's we've had a lot, and
Oh
granted,
my
not.
God,
And the
I
thing of it is, not all of
cannot.
them could live together.
Yeah,
Some were
because-
cat aggressive. We had cat aggressive dogs that and it was very much like a shelter situation. They weren't just a lot of them weren't just like, oh yeah, that's the dog living on the couch or whatever. They were
Created.
like kennels and things like that. As they were moving through various places. Staying with us short term while we found, fosters for them and things like that. Like, my wife would go down to, go and rescue some animal from someplace and, they'd stay with us for a few weeks or a month or whatever until they got to wherever they were going.
Yeah, their next
So
destination.
organizing transport and things like that. And then my wife went upstate and she had one dog that they were going to put down because had bitten someone. Granted, this lady had rounded up a whole bunch. The dog got loose because the dog was a runner. Dog got loose, rounded up a bunch of neighborhood kids to corner it, scared the shit out of it. Of course, it was going to bite. So
Dumb.
yeah, a whole bunch of things. But yeah, we've had a lot of them. We're actually, through the various, she stopped taking them in some years back as her health started to go downhill.
Yeah.
But we're kind of now we've got the last two dogs. We're down to 7 cats.
Oh my God, 7.
doing the Lord's
not
work.
to mention
Right.
also snakes, lizards,
Oh my God.
other things as well.
Could never.
Yeah.
But
So yeah.
I saved a girl from a really really bad situation once. That's about the only saving I've ever done.
for what, an animal?
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. I just wanted to set that song up. Anyway, I think that's
I'm
it
saying,
for
I'm gonna
this week.
fucking fall asleep. I'm so tired. This week has been so long. That looks so wrong. We need to cut that out. Oh my God. Anywho, have a good night, guys. We'll see you next week.
See y'all later.